£1 over 15 years.
The Brooklands and Grasslands estates of Jaywick have been named as the third most deprived areas in the whole country. The group that's been set up to look into regeneration of the area has called for massive government funding to reverse the cycle of decline.
In a moment, we'll hear views from some of the people living in the Brooklands estate. But let's first join our Essex reporter Lorna Ramsey, who's in Jaywick for us now. Lorna, what are the problems that need addressing?
Well, you don't have to go too far to find them. This is just one of the 45 unadopted roads here in Jaywick, and that means that they're private and the council doesn't have to maintain them. And then, of course, there's the housing. Many of these chalets were built in the 1930s and were designed as short-term holiday lets, so they were poorly constructed. But despite Jaywick's problems, there's a very strong community spirit here, and that became clear when I spent some time talking to people here on the Brooklands estate.
People down here just love it. There's something about this place that they love. But all we're all asking for is the roads to be done and the drainage. We ain't asking for a lot, are we? And I think it's a shame that a place is going so derelict. It's pitiful. It really is. It's a shame. The place is just going to rack and ruin. They could do a lot here. They could pull these derelict bungalows down, pull them to the ground and really tidy it all up. I don't think anything anywhere could be worse than this. I really don't. It's a shame. It really is.
It's not a massive task. It ain't. That's the problem. It's not. There's this big totality of getting everything done in one big magic wand. And instead of that, in the last 30-odd years, if you'd have taken bite size and just done one little bit at a time, slowly but surely, we wouldn't be in this situation. If the appropriate authority doesn't care, or can't be seen to care, then why are anyone else? Why should I care? The authorities don't care. You pay our taxes, nothing gets done. It's the broken window syndrome. If you don't fix that broken window straight away, another ones get broken. And if the council ain't coming down, which they haven't for the last 30 years, it's just ascended, hasn't it? In a spiral, just going down.
We sold up in Romford and moved down here. Where it was all holiday makers, now it's residents. Gradually, over the years, they've been sold up to landlords who's rented them out, and people have bought them and now live in them, so. I don't think many people are holiday down here now anyway. Even the camps are sort of half empty now. It's holiday camps up the road and that, so I can't see many people holidaying down here now.
Jaywick was a gated community and was marketed as a garden village. There were two occasions that really didn't help Jaywick at all. The first one was the war, because during the war years, of course, this area was evacuated, so it was really left in decline for about 5 or 6 years. And then people came back and began to rebuild the village and restore any damage that had been done during the war years through weather or whatever. And then, of course, they only had 8 years to get things back to normal, and then the floods came. And as we know, that 37 people died in the floods in Jaywick, and it caused complete devastation of the village.
Really, what we want is decent standards, just like anyone else has got, with no excuses. We don't need an excuse like there's an unadopted road or there's a reason why we can't do something. There's no reason why you can't do something. If you have the will, then you have the way.
Well, Lorna, we know the figures that they need in the future. What about the investment that Jaywick has had actually in the past?
Well, this is the Jaywick Resource Centre. It's about 10 years old and cost £300,000. And it's just one example of some of the investment that Jaywick has had in the past. Now, Jaywick is in a high-risk flood area, and the report says that may have stopped investment opportunities in the past. But the group says that they're determined to stop the cycle of decline here and are bidding for government funds of between £45 and £75 million.
Out of 32,400 odd places, Jaywick's the third most deprived. We find that completely unacceptable. And that deprivation isn't just about the physical buildings, it's about the quality of life that the residents here are living in. We're determined to try and solve those problems, to address those issues and to improve Jaywick for the residents of Jaywick.
Well, the people here in Jaywick say they've seen dozens of reports over the years. They just hope this one comes to fruition.
Lorna, thanks very much.